Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at BellisioFoods.com/careers.
The Jackson County Fair Board, in conjunction with Total Media, proudly present Neil McCoy. Neil McCoy. Saturday, July 15th at the Jackson County Fair. VIP track access seats now available for only $30, which includes admission to the fair. Get tickets now at JacksonCooHfair.com or at the Total Media Studios in Jackson.
Well, good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday after Memorial Day, and hope that you had a wonderful weekend. The weather is going to be beautiful, very, very warm this week, but lots and lots of stuff over the weekend happened. Yes, and we have one of our friends here from Holzer. So what a wonderful way to start off our work week. Mm-hmm. So
Thanks
welcome.
for having me.
Of course. We always love to have our friends from Holzer here and always find out such interesting information. Mm-hmm. And Marla's here too. I won't make you get on the TV today. She gets real mad when I do that. Yeah. No, she doesn't really get mad. Marla doesn't get mad, I don't think. Okay, other than her husband, which is a whole other story we'll talk about sometime. But no, so could you tell everybody who you are and give a little introduction, if you would?
All right, my name is Bridget Wilburn. I am a nurse practitioner at Holzer, Endocrinology. I have been there a little bit over a year now. I suppose a year in March. I graduated with my master's degree in 2018 from Ohio University. And I'm from Minford, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
I graduated from Mighty Minford Falcon in 2005. We won't talk about how old that makes me, but
oh well, let's not talk about that anyway.
No, let's not.
30th class reunion over the weekend, but yeah,
you did have a busy weekend then.
Yeah, well, I couldn't even go because I was doing something else. But welcome, and so local girl.
Yes.
From Minford, the booming metropolis of Minford, Ohio.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep. Very, very good. So you are working in endocrinology, which is a hard word to say, but we got it.
Yeah, we got it.
We got it.
You did it. Yeah,
we're good. And that is at Holzer. Nurse practitioner, so you can do pretty much everything there. Mm-hmm. And you see a lot of patients about kind of like focusing on what?
So I see a lot of gestational diabetics, which is, diabetes that onsets during pregnancy, sometimes more towards the end, depending. And then I also see hypothyroidism or hyperthyroidism, type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes. So there is actually a difference between the two. Then, we do stuff with insulin pumps. So one of my partners, she does all of the trainings for that.
Okay.
So we kind of do a vast array of everything as far as endo goes.
Okay. So could you explain, I guess, starting off, like what endocrinology is?
Mm-hmm. Endocrinology is a specialty within the medical field that focuses on different hormones throughout the body and things that it regulates. So, it can be adrenal, pituitary glands, it can do with obesity, just several different things throughout the thing. And then there's also, you see a lot of nurse practitioners in the field because there's actually only, I believe, around 8,500 active endocrinologists, so physicians in the world. Or in the United States. And I believe there is around 37.3 million diabetics in the world. So that kind of tells you why. and how we assist in the treatment of that.
For sure. Thank you for doing what you do then.
Yes.
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 So let's talk for a minute about with endocrinology. So I got together with some of my girlfriends from high school not too long ago, and we were all, as you get older, you sit around and talk about all the stupid stuff that's happening to you or whatever, and you get a laugh about it. And I think there were 5 or 6 of us there, and everybody but one had some kind of thyroid issue, whether it be like so I have a cyst on my thyroid. But like one of the girls had to have some major surgery, some others were, on medication, whatever. Why is that more prevalent in our area, or is it just a thing?
Really a lot of things that people don't even realize the thyroid does.
Okay.
But
that's what I was going to ask you. What does your thyroid do?
So it helps with the body's metabolism. It helps with muscles. It helps with menstrual cycle things for women. Overall, it can affect your heart. So somebody who has hyperthyroidism can have a lot of palpitations. They can go into AFib. So the body's metabolism, it can either cause weight loss or weight gain, depending on if you're hyper or hypo. So
it's either working really, really hard or not working
at
enough.
all. Okay. Right. Yeah. My partner, Neil Collins, and then also Dr. Orozco. They see a lot of thyroid disorders. Dr. Orozco is our newest endocrinologist, and he does a lot of his own thyroid ultrasounds, biopsies, and all of that.
Okay.
Which is really a good thing for Holzer, because you have a patient who comes in, they see the doctor, that doctor is doing their thyroid ultrasound, they are discussing the results.
Love that.
Absolutely. It's continuity of care, so definitely on board.
Very, very good. And these are, again, the great things that happen within the Holzer organization, where you're seeing the same people. You can kind of get that relationship built up and have that faith and the fact that you're being cared for well. So that's so good. Okay, so thyroid is because I just thought that was so strange. I called my mom. I was like, the weirdest thing just happened. Like all of us have had some thyroid thing. There's something in the water here. But okay, well that kind of answers that question. So other things that, you mentioned diabetes, and there's of course different forms of diabetes. So could we talk about that for a minute, kind of explain the different things that people experience?
Yes. So, symptoms are all really necessarily the same, but we can hint on that a little bit.
Okay.
But, so you have type 1 diabetes, which a lot of people think that that's juvenile diabetes when you're diagnosed at a very early age. That can actually onset at any point in your life. That's where we got into talking about that LADA, so latent autoimmune diabetes in the adult. And that is when your body is not producing enough insulin. So they believe, because there is no cure, they believe that there is some sort of virus that will attack your body's beta cells, which are the actually insulin producing cells in the body. So then you no longer produce insulin on your own.
And what does insulin do?
Insulin helps to regulate your blood sugars. So, somebody who is not diabetic, you have insulin where your pancreas will excrete insulin in high levels of stress if you're in any kind of pain. It also, your body, kind of called the dawn phenomenon. So in preparation to get you up in the morning, your liver will excrete a little bit of glucose, and the pancreas
I don't think mine works then, because I never want to get up. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, there's all kinds of things that go into that. But that's actually where people can see higher blood sugars first thing in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the only treatment for type 1 diabetes, of course, is insulin. So you can either get that with multiple daily injections, or you can do that through insulin pump therapy. But, that's lifelong. Like I said, there is no cure. And then type 2 diabetes is your body produces its own insulin, but for whatever reason, it's resistant to it. So, you're spitting out a bunch of insulin, and it's not utilizing it properly. So that's where you can get on different by mouth medications or even injections, not insulin, but GLP-1 agonists to help bring those blood sugars down.
Okay.
Yep.
And so you get the old, oh, I feel all right. I have diabetes, but I feel all right. So I'm not going to treat the situation. I've had friends, I've had family members that have done that. It's very important though that you stay on that, correct?
Absolutely.
Because it's almost like it comes back to haunt you later if you're not caring for yourself.
Right. And I say all the time that diabetes is actually a silent killer. I mean, it really is.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah. So what you're doing to your body right now with the high blood sugars and prolonged elevated blood sugars is really going to kind of affect you 10 years from now. And a lot of the times, if you're not diagnosed till you're 30, and then 10 years later, you start to have all these issues and it's kind of, what do I do now? I don't want to have kidney damage. It can cause eye problems. It can cause, you are at increased risk for strokes, for heart attack.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't mess around with this stuff.
No. And then you also have a risk of wound infections because it changes it affects the macrovascular system and also the microvascular system. So the large blood vessels in the body and then the smaller ones.
Now, I was going to ask you that, and I know we've discussed a little bit here on the program before with different docs that have come in, but you hear of the person like actually physically having to have something amputated or whatever because it wouldn't heal. And that was due to diabetes. So could you kind of like, expound upon that a little bit? Why it's so very important to
absolutely
take care of wounds?
Whenever you have diabetes and it's left untreated, you're causing damage to, like I said, the larger and also smaller blood vessels in the body. So larger blood vessels are going to be what carries blood flow and all those vital things that your body needs for heal or for wound healing. And if that is damaged, it's not going to be getting the proper circulation. And then also the microvascular changes. I'm sure you've heard of people talking about diabetic neuropathy or numbness or tingling in the feet.
Where you can't feel anything.
Yes. So
don't walk barefoot, right?
Right. Absolutely. Always wear shoes. There's actually been people who have stepped on a nail or ran like a splinter through it and didn't even know until it started oozing from the bottom of their foot. And unfortunately, that in combination, causes a wound, and it's very hard to heal because there's not ample nutrients and blood flow to get there. Therefore, they have to amputate to prevent the further spread of it. Yes. Yeah. So definitely very important. If you do have diabetes, we always recommend to have a yearly foot exam, or if there's anything new that, you haven't noticed before and you're going to see, your endocrinologist or even your primary care provider, always make sure that you're letting them visually look at your feet just to double check that there's no issues going on. It's better to catch it early than to wait for it to absolutely be open. And, then you're going to have to do antibiotics. And sometimes those antibiotics are, IV. So it can get very extensive.
And sometimes antibiotics are a whole other set of issues.
Absolutely.
People are either allergic or have, side effects from that. Yeah. So we want to keep you off medicine if we can. Yeah. Okay. So what would be some signs of diabetes and, what to look for?
So excessive thirst. So if you feel like you're excessively thirsty, you can't get enough to drink.
Really? Okay.
Yep. And then excessive urination. So you just feel like you pee all the time. And a lot of that time it can happen at night, which is called nocturia. So, I always ask my patients, how many episodes in the middle of the night are you getting up to urinate?
Okay. Fair question. Is it normal to get up once a night and go? Is that abnormal? Is it, what's normal, what's not?
I mean,
because my husband and I have this whole, like, I call his papaw bladder. Papaw's got to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. So
I mean, there's a lot of different things that can affect that, especially with men. You go into talking about prostate and that kind of stuff. That they're officially emptying, but once a night, I don't feel like is bad. Okay, but you should not have to get up 3 or 4 times in the middle of the night.
Okay, it shouldn't be affecting your sleep cycle kind of situation.
No, it should not.
All right.
So then also excessive hunger. So you just want to eat.
Oh no, I feel like that all the time now. That's just because, that's a whole other story.
Right. Well, in wintertime, I feel like that's all we ever do.
I know.
We eat soups and casseroles and sit inside in the warm. But also too, it can blurry vision. You can get some blurry vision with that as well. So the 3 P's of diabetes, which is what I just mentioned, is polyuria, which is excessive urination.
Okay.
Polyphagia, which is excessive hunger, and polydipsia, which is excessive thirst.
All the polys.
All the polys, yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Pee, eat, and be hungry.
Okay. So those are
Thirsty.
definitely things to look, to look out for. So how does like, is there anything you can do to prevent diabetes, or is it something that's just within your body it's coming whether you like it or not?
You can actually lower your risk of developing type 2 diabetes just by losing about 7% of your body weight. So that would be about 5 to 7 pounds for somebody who weighed 200 pounds.
Oh, okay.
So you can lower it by 58% by
You're
weight
kidding.
loss. Yes. And then also too, exercise. So, and I'm saying moderate exercise. I don't expect people to do,
Not like the buff guy at the gym kind of thing.
No, I mean, if that's what you enjoy, absolutely do it. But just moderate exercise, like 5 days a week, a walk, 30-minute walk. That's going to help because, it's going to get your body moving. And it's also going to help burn off if your sugar is high, that is going to help bring your blood sugars down most of the time because you're kind of burning those calories to help bring the blood glucose down to a normal level.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, okay. So when do you know it's time to go get checked out?
Generally, whenever it is caught, it's usually by a primary care provider. So your primary care provider does usually yearly labs, and that is one of the things that's generally included.
Yeah, make sure that you go, and that's why it's so important to get these yearly blood work done.
Yes. I tell everybody, especially with my background and the hospitals, and then also I worked as a hospitalist. Preventative care is always better than emergency care.
Yes.
Because, it's going to be documented somewhere that you have all of these comorbidities and you have these risks and everything. So waiting until there's a problem is not, you could not recover as if it was something that, was prevented rather than it just onset.
Gotcha.
Yes. So generally the primary care provider will try to manage, and you do a very good job. But a lot of the times they come to us after they have been on multiple different medications and they're not really getting anywhere with bringing their hemoglobin A1C down.
I see.
Yeah.
And some people, I know, I have friends that have been diabetics since, childhood.
Mm-hmm.
They've taken the same medication and then all of a sudden, boom, one day it just like stops. It's like it's not working anymore. So then we have to kind of bump this up or change things a little bit. But that's where you come in. Sometimes if the primary care physician can't, get that regulated, right?
Right. And there's even, people who specialize in endocrinology, if you're not getting anywhere, with your physician or your provider after a year, I don't think that it would be a bad idea to try to find somebody else just because, you're advocating for your own health.
Yeah.
And you have to do it. The doctor can prescribe 15 different medications, but if you don't understand why you're taking them and what they're doing to help your health, more than likely you're not going to be compliant. So developing that kind of relationship that you can go in and talk to your provider and feel comfortable discussing anything, that's what you have to aim for.
Yeah, and you do have to be your own advocate. I'm so glad you said that.
Absolutely.
There's just been so many stories of people that have just, I just don't feel, something's not right.
Right.
Go somewhere. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. I'm not fine. There's something wrong.
Right.
And that's okay.
Right. Yep.
Totally okay. And you should be that. Nobody knows your body better than you do.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Or your mom. Listen to your mom too.
Yeah. My mom's been right several different times.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling you that I had the a cyst on my thyroid, and that's how I found out. She said, "There's something going on with your neck," and I was like, "What?" She's like, "There's just something not right about your neck." And I was like, "Okay."
So then you were really super self-conscious.
Yeah, and then I'm like,
it.
"What do you mean?"
Yeah.
So then you go to the doctor, and they're like,
"What?"
Yep, there's something there. So anyway, okay, so diabetes, there's different, we talked about type 1, type 2. I know there's anything from maybe like a pill on up to, and then you see the people that have like the insulin pumps and that kind of thing. How do we get from, one extreme to the other?
So, I mean, just not being able. So some people aren't able to tolerate certain classes of medication with side effects, or
Gotcha.
it's just not bringing it down.
Just whatever works best for you.
Yeah, I mean, and you can try a lot of different things. So, I mean, if you try certain medications, so like Ozempic, that'll help with lowering the cholesterol also. So there's different medications that are going to help other body systems as well. So, I mean, just by treating your diabetes with a certain med, you can also be, helping your heart, helping your kidneys, kind of lowering those risks of those other complications that can happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously you're going to probably try to start
low,
then
absolutely.
get on up.
You start with pills. Generally, metformin is generally the first step in the road.
I've heard of that.
Yep. And then you can go into your sulfonylureas, which is, your glimepiride, glipiride, or glipizide. Those help to kind of make insulin more readily available during meal times. And there's different medications coming out all the time that are, proven to help, help lose weight. If you help to lose weight, you kind of heat off a little bit of that insulin resistance that you can have with type 2 diabetes. And then a lot of the times, if you come in and you have, let's say, chronic kidney disease, really the only choice that you could really have is insulin. Because you don't want to give them a pill that could further damage,
Gotcha.
the kidneys or even the liver. So all medications are metabolized either through the liver or through the kidneys. So, that's generally where, if there's any kind of damage, you want to kind of prevent those.
That makes total sense. And then, you hear about dialysis. Can we talk about that for a moment?
Yeah. So
what exactly is happening there? Why would you need that?
So prolonged elevated blood sugars causes, like I told you, that microvascular to the large, and then also microvascular changes, which can affect the kidneys. So you get what we call diabetic nephropathy. Every year, usually, you check a microalbumin creat ratio, which also checks for signs of diabetic kidney disease. So you kind of monitor that. And then once you get to a certain point on your GFR, which is your estimated glomerular filtration rate, it will, say, okay, you need dialysis. What dialysis does, there's two different types. So there's peritoneal dialysis, which is generally done every day, and it can be done in the home setting. Sometimes, and then you also have hemodialysis, which generally the person goes 3 days a week, 4 days a week. And what you're doing is you're going in because the kidneys, help to filter out all of the toxins that our body has within it. So every other day you're going and getting hooked up to dialysis, and it's filtering all of that out like your kidneys should be doing.
So is that it's kind of cleaning your blood? Is that what it's doing?
Taking out all of the toxins and all of that. It's kind of working as the kidneys would to prevent that buildup of, electrolytes or, really anything that could potentially harm you further, or the heart or anything. Yeah.
Wow. That's wild. We want to stay off that if we can.
Absolutely.
If we can do that.
Yes.
So you had mentioned we talked about wounds and things a minute ago, and one of my good friends, Hannah, works at the wound care center and at Holzer, which we are so blessed to have here in our area. But so I would have to think, though, that wound care goes kind of hand in hand with some of the patients that you see.
Yes. So we have locations actually in Jackson and Gallipolis, and I have it's kind of went both ways. So you can have somebody come into the hospital with a wound, and then they get found out they're diabetic, and then they come to us.
Okay.
Or they come to us and we do a foot exam, and it's like, okay, you need to see wound care.
Okay.
And we send them to wound care. That early detection is the best as far as that goes. And really, the wound care center is great because they see the wound every day. I mean, it can be daily dressing changes. It can be different, so hyperbaric oxygen chamber. So you can go in and it kind of helps to heal the wound. Debridement, where they take off the excessive dead cells so that the new healthy cells can come back and hopefully start that healing process. There's different types of dressings that have different things that help to heal the wound as well. So healing from the inside out is going to be, the best because it's creating healthy tissue and bringing it to the surface as far as that goes. Yes.
And we want to do that before it gets completely out of hand. Absolutely. And we get to what we talked about earlier, which would be like amputation or something of that nature. And there's all kind of reasons too. I know that you could have wounds. It's not just diabetes.
Oh, no.
Poor circulation or any number of things. But the wound center, we are so blessed to have them here in our area, and they do such a good job. Yeah. And they love what they do.
Yeah, very big asset.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we talked about we definitely need to do yearly blood work.
Yes.
And that helps with prevention.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So. And it also helps with, not necessarily prevention, but also early detection. So you could pre-diabetes. So you can kind of be in that you're not completely diabetic yet, but you need to be watching this. And that's where we're kind of going to be forcing, or not really forcing, but encouraging lifestyle modifications, dietary modifications. I hate the word diet. That's the worst. I don't like the word diet.
I get it.
So I say eating habits or choices, dietary choices. Okay. So that can help to prevent that kind of complete diagnosis of type 2.
Okay. Yeah. Very, very good. All right. Let's talk about gestational diabetes for a moment, because I know when Dr. Bowers was in the other day, I was telling him the story. I think I told you off the show. My cousin had gestational diabetes with both of her pregnancies, and she's like the healthiest human I know. And so one doesn't have anything to do with the other.
No, not necessarily. No.
But that is like can you explain what that is? It obviously has to do with pregnancy.
Yes. So gestational diabetes, generally they're going to do a test. It's called a oral glucose tolerance test. So generally you go in, you drink this really sweet drink.
Okay.
It's not good.
Not a good sweet drink. No. Okay.
At least I didn't prefer it. Some people might like it. But
what do you think, Marla?
It's just like super flat, like orange pop. Orange soda.
Super flat orange soda. Ugh. Okay.
Yeah, not
good.
No. And then they check your levels to see kind of where you're at. So if you fail your 1 hour, generally, depending on your OB, they may repeat and do a 3 hour, or some of them will automatically just send them to us. That way we can kind of help with dietary choices, helping them realize what's going on within the body. And a lot of the times, I feel like pregnant women take care of themselves like really good, because as mothers,
we hope so. I'd like to think so.
Yeah, but as mothers, as you're taking care of somebody else. We're always the caretaker. You are going to be more apt to really focus on what you're doing, and a lot of the times it's just talking to them and realizing, okay, 1 can of pop has like 46 grams of sugar. So cut that out. It's not necessarily that you can't have things, but you want to do them in moderation.
Sure.
And what happens within the body is when you get pregnant, the further along that you get more insulin resistance related to the baby developing. So it's all because of the placenta. Generally, once you deliver, blood sugars will return to normal right after. So generally at 20 weeks, they will do a test, or at 28. 28 weeks is whenever they generally do the 3-hour test.
Okay.
So they're coming in for monitoring, depending on the patient, and also family history, previous pregnancies where they've had gestational diabetes, and just overall risk factors is kind of what paves the course for treatment as far as that goes.
Okay.
Sometimes I see my girls or my pregnant women weekly, just to kind of monitor their blood sugars to see what they're doing, especially if we're doing insulin adjustments. And then sometimes I see them every 2 weeks, just to kind of see how they're doing, with the understanding that all they have to do is call, and I'll get them in sooner if they need to see me.
Okay, so gestational diabetes is something treated by you,
Yes.
which is great.
Mhm.
And so what happens if it's untreated?
So what can happen whenever it's untreated? So for baby, you can actually have what they call macrosomia. So it's a large for birth weight baby. So if a pregnant mother's blood sugar is high, the baby's blood sugar is high.
Sure.
So what the baby is doing to help bring its blood sugars down is kind of overproducing insulin. So it's helping to bring insulin levels down. Whereas mom, it either stays up or they're on medications to help bring it down. So despite what mom thinks, baby's not moving around a lot, right?
Sure.
So they don't
Just kind of stuck there.
they're not burning off a bunch of energy.
Yeah.
So that can kind of store as fat.
Oh.
So that's where you get babies that are larger than what they should be.
And no woman wants that.
No, you're at increased risk for cesarean delivery.
Okay.
And then also you can have excessive amniotic fluid, which will put you at increased risk for like premature rupture of membranes, so premature labor.
Okay. We don't want that either.
Right. And you can also have, ultimately fetal demise. That's definitely something that you don't want.
Sure.
Yeah. And then after baby's born, the better your blood sugars are controlled, especially closer to delivery, the better chance that you're giving your baby to start out with,
Yeah.
Babies that are born to gestational diabetic mothers, they have to get their heel poked every couple hours to make sure that they're maintaining their blood sugars.
Oh no.
Yeah, they act like they absolutely hate it. It's miserable, but just to make sure that it's being monitored.
Sure.
And a lot of the times, moms want that. They're like, okay, so what is the risk to my baby?
Yeah.
And we go over all of that, and I always tell them, any questions you have, please write them down and bring them back with you the next time. I may not know every single answer to your question, but if I don't know it, I will 100% find out the answer for you.
And I think the thing, for moms to understand, pregnant mothers, that it's treatable.
It is.
So please just do all the tests and find out and go see this nice lady, because she will take great care of you.
Yes, I will. And I get excited about babies. I get just as excited as as they do. I mean, probably not as much as they do, but I get so excited about it. I'm like, having a boy or girl, I get excited about what they're going to name. I've heard all kinds of different names now. I get just as excited. And then I also get to follow up with them in the hospital to kind of see after the baby's been born. So I actually get to see them, and I get super excited about it.
I'll bet.
So, yeah, yes.
This is so fun.
Yeah.
Well, very good. So how does someone end up to you? Can they just, call you directly, or do they need a referral?
Generally,
How does that work?
it's by a referral.
Okay.
So, referral.
Probably from your family doc, right?
Family doctor, or really anyone you're seeing. We have plenty of people who refer from OBGYN. It may be that,
makes sense.
they're going there. And even if that's the only doctor they go see, because sometimes women put that off as well,
Yes.
which I saw Dr. Bauer's segment.
Exactly. And we talked about that.
Yeah.
Women, please take care of yourselves.
Yes. But, we've got referrals from them directly. Most of the time it is from a primary care provider, though. And usually just call in and you can get the appointment. I see patients in Gallipolis 2 days a week, and I'm actually increasing my days here in Jackson to Mondays and Thursdays, starting not next week, but the week after.
Okay, very good. And where do you see patients here locally?
At the Burlington Clinic, so
Okay.
it's on the specialty side, not the hospital side.
Okay.
Suite 210.
Okay. At the hospital locations, what I
Yes.
kind of like to say.
Yeah.
That way, not on the top of the hill.
Yeah, not on top of the hill, right?
I think that's how people always say, like the
Mhm.
one on the hill or
Yeah,
out of,
they
on the
usually do.
highway.
Yeah, I'm like, whenever I first started, I had to figure it out. And I finally, I have it down now. So I know how to get to the one on the hill. I know I'm getting it all together.
If you don't have to drive up a big hill, you know, then you're at the wrong one, right? Okay, so what are some of the other conditions that you would treat? I know we talked about diabetes and things like that.
Yes. So generally, it's thyroid disorder, so hyperthyroidism or hypothyroidism.
Okay.
And then also there's you can go into adrenal issues, pituitary issues. Generally, those would be seen by our new endocrinologist, Dr. Roscoe.
Okay.
And he only sees patients in the Gallipolis location.
Sure.
But generally, for me, it's mainly diabetes and thyroid disorder.
Okay.
Is what I see.
All right.
Yeah.
So she's your girl if you have any of those issues.
Yes. Yes.
Very, very good. Okay. So is there anything else that you would like to kind of tell our viewers while you're here?
No, just prevention. I mean, as far as that goes, advocate. You know, if you're not getting where you need to be and you feel like, you know, you can do better, then, you know, advocate for yourself and, you know, speak up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Be your own advocate.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, all right. I probably shouldn't ask you this, but we've seen a lot of news about this Ozempic thing with the weight loss and the celebrities doing this and that or whatever. But is that truly a drug that's used quite a bit to treat diabetes?
Generally for type 2 diabetes, and that is the indication. You know, so it's semaglutide is actually the generic name. Brand name is Ozempic.
Okay.
But also semaglutide has a weight loss drug called Wegovy.
Yes.
So people get prescribed Wegovy for weight loss, but a lot of the times, you know, depending on your insurance coverage, they may not cover Wegovy. So that's where people do Ozempic instead of, you know, the weight loss drug.
Okay.
So yes, those are used quite frequently in our type 2 diabetics.
Okay.
And there's also other ones, you know, Trulicity, Mounjaro. Yeah, they help to do what they're intended to do, but really what it comes down to is lifestyle modifications.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that what people are finding is those drugs are making it easier for them to modify their lives in some ways.
Yeah. So it actually kind of works by slowing down the digestive tract. So, you know, you feel fuller faster.
Okay.
So you're not necessarily going to be eating as much, which is going to help with that, you know, large carb load. Like if you're like a breakfast, lunch, dinner kind of person, eat a big meal. And then also it helps with that afterload of your blood sugar super high. If you're not eating as much, your blood sugar is not going to go as high, and it's going to kind of help to regulate. And then in turn, you're going to lose weight. Whenever you lose weight, you lose that risk of insulin resistance.
So yes, because however you get there, good.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yes, absolutely.
But no, I think that this Ozempic thing, you know, it's hit the news and whatever, and it makes sense as to why it works both ways, whether it be diet, like, you know, losing weight. However you get there, it's fine.
Yes.
If you lose weight and it helps your diabetes,
right,
that's good.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Very, very good. Okay. Well, I guess we can't let you get out of here without asking, what is your favorite thing about working at Holzer?
I like
babies.
Babies. Also, too, everyone that I've met is really respectful. And I also like to, I feel like I have a really good relationship with most of the providers where I can go down and I talk to them. Like I might go down and talk to nephrology and say, hey, we have this mutual patient. Are you okay with this? So I really feel like that care of kind of all of the providers kind of being on the same page is there. And then everyone has just been very, very nice and very welcoming.
Good.
I'm an outsider coming in, I guess an outsider.
She's a mighty Minford Falcon.
I am a mighty Minford Falcon. But, I've learned very quickly, like, everybody's very supportive, and they also, management, they listen. So it's nice. You feel respected. Absolutely respected.
Yeah. Very good.
Yes. Listen
to what the girl has to say.
Most of the time. My husband would probably say different.
What is it with these husbands today, right? Well, Marla, you tell your husband I think you are precious and sweet.
I'll replay this second.
Yes. She's going to be like, honey, sit down. I got to show you something. Well, very good. So we really, really want to thank you for stopping in today and spending time with us. If you would like to see someone in endocrinology at Holzer, you can call, ask for Bridget Wilburn and or one of the other docs, and they'll be happy to take care of you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good.
Thank you for having me.
Well, of course, come back and see us anytime. It's so much fun.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Thank you, Marla. We won't make you be on the show today. Okay. Very good. All right, Mr. Dillon, do you have the weather pulled up there, buddy? And we'll do that, and then we'll hear from our friends from Vinton County Bank, and we will be back.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So today is looking very, very warm, and the rest of the week, look at that. It is going to be up to the 90s by the end of the week. Today, really, really pretty, highs of 84 degrees. Sunshine tomorrow, highs of 86. And then Thursday, Friday, all the way up to almost near 90 degrees. Boy, summer has finally arrived. All right, let's hear from our friends at Vinton County National Bank, and we'll be back to talk with our new graduates.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, and we are back with our new graduate, Dylan. Welcome.
Hey.
Do you feel different?
Actually, yeah, it does feel kind of weird.
Does it?
It does.
So how did your your graduation weekend go? He had a little hiccup during graduation.
Oh, yeah.
He had to pee.
I did. The second I walked out of that field, it was instantaneous.
We gave you all this advice, and we forgot to tell you that part.
Yeah, and I had plenty of time, too. There was like 2 hours of just like nothing, and we were like standing up and getting a photo and like repositioning like 30 times. Like, hey, Jacob, scoot to the left a tiny bit, photo, a little bit more. I could have easily have went. Like, there was plenty of time. Totally forgot.
It's okay, Dylan. You made it through, right?
I did make it.
And you had a beautiful night for graduation.
It was very nice outside. Like, it was like perfect weather.
Yeah, I remember, like I said, my graduation night, I think all the makeup on my face ran off onto the grass because it was so hot. It was miserable.
Well, you kind of had rain. It just wasn't rain.
Yeah, right. Exactly. different kind of water there. All right. So you graduated on Friday. Did you do anything crazy over the weekend?
No, I tried to go up to Chillicothe for this, I'm blanking on the store name. What's it called again, James?
Dylan didn't know that Hobby Lobby's closed on Sunday.
Yeah, they're closed on Sundays.
Yeah. Them and Chick-fil-A for the same reasons.
A lot of planning went into that too.
Did you know that?
Wait, why would you want to go to Hobby Lobby?
I wanted some supplies. I was trying to be artsy.
What were you saying, James?
I forget which city it was, but did you know that they put a Chick-fil-A in an NFL stadium? They pretty much play every game on Sunday.
Shut up.
I forget what city it was, but it was never open.
How is that a thing?
I don't know.
Good grief. Yeah, I always try to not fly on Sundays because if I go to the Cincinnati airport, I always hit Chick-fil-A, and if you fly on Sundays, they're never open. It's so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, what on earth was a new high school graduate going to do at the Hobby Lobby?
I was just gonna get some little supplies and try to make some little like homemade crafts, like them DIY videos on YouTube, stuff like that. I mean, what else am I supposed to do over the summer? Trying to get into some new hobbies. Hobby Lobby.
Well, just don't go there on Sunday anymore.
Yeah.
So did you drive all the way over there and it was...
No, I started to drive there, and then I was like, oh, wait, I should check if they're open. And they weren't open. I wasn't expecting that.
Did you get to work at Subway over the weekend?
I did, and that was the weirdest shift I've ever had because I was just so tired. I slept in, and I had about maybe 10 minutes to get to work and open the store and stuff.
Oh.
I made it, and the store opened, I think, maybe like 2 minutes late.
Uh-huh. You're that guy. So if you're at the Subway at 7 in the morning and you had to wait till 7:02, what time is Subway open?
9.
9. Okay. Do people come and get breakfast stuff?
They do. They like the breakfast sandwiches. They used to like it a lot better when we had like the omelets, but now we just have like 2 eggs instead of 1 omelet. Some people prefer that because it has pepper and they really like pepper, and some people prefer the omelets.
Well, there you go. You can go to Subway, get a breakfast sandwich.
You can.
All right. So what are your plans there, graduate, for the summer? What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to be trying to become like the creative media advisor, like a volunteer advisor. So me and Corbin, the star of the video I showed you the other day, he and I thought of making a server on Minecraft. You remember that story I told you that one day when I came in, I was all fired up about that Minecraft server.
Is that where you got kicked off?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be making
He was
my
somewhere
own
he
now.
wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah, I was. But I'm going to be making my own now, and this one's going to be like for the team, and I'm going to try to get that as a way for all of us to like get to know each other before going in person to our actual meetings.
Cool.
So I figured like if you guys are bored over the summer, you can join the server. It's going to be open to everyone too. Like anyone can join this. It's just I'm making it for our team. That'll be one thing I'm getting into.
So you won't kick people off like the other guy did?
No, I will not.
Yeah, that wasn't very nice, was it?
It was not. It was actually very rude. I worked very hard on that.
How rude. All right. So you're going to do that over the summer. And then did you decide on college yet? Because I know you were kind of back and forth about that.
Yeah. So I had some problems with Ohio University, their Chillicothe campus and their main campus. They were just being complicated. And then I started to consider Rio Grande, but now I'm sticking with Ohio University, Chillicothe.
Did you get your problems resolved?
I did not. I'm just going to keep going and see how that goes. No matter which way I go with it, I think I have a solid plan. I have like plan and backup plan and then backup plan.
Okay.
So I think I'll be all right.
We're happy you have a backup plan.
I do.
Okay. And what are you going to major in?
I'm sorry, Dylan. I've got to know what the backup
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
I'm not gonna let you go. I'm not gonna let you just slide over that. We've got to know what is the backup
Wait,
plan.
what is the backup plan and the backup plan?
Is it selling like bootleg Rick and Morty stuff out of your trunk?
Okay, so the plan, I go to Ohio University, Chillicothe, and I have the Pell Grant to help me through. With that, I don't have to pay a whole lot. The backup plan, I go there and I use some of the scholarships I gain. Like I'm a Burger King scholarship winner.
Okay,
So that
congratulations.
kind of stuff, well, thank you. And if that fails, I'm just going to pay for it. I have like a little like plan I got, like dividing up everything throughout the months and like how much I can make from here and how much I can make from Subway and stuff like that.
Okay.
I got a plan and a backup plan and a backup plan.
Maybe you could use all your plans together.
So like I pay and don't pay.
You can just give me that money and I'll teach you everything you need to know.
Do you have a degree?
This is not an accredited university.
Yeah. Like
James will teach you for half.
J. Hamilton.
But
Dylan.
I can make a fake diploma in Photoshop real easy, Dylan. No one will ever know the difference.
That is true. He could do that, and it would save you a lot of money because he'd only charge you half.
Yeah, well, I mean, it won't save you that much money. I'm still going to charge you.
Very good.
The University of J. Hamilton.
James K. Hamilton. Is it Kenneth? What's the K?
Kenneth.
Yeah. I couldn't think of another K word. So
that actually does sound professional. Kenneth University.
Kenneth University.
Mm-hmm.
J. Kenneth University.
Yep.
I like it.
Tuition is due at the beginning of class, Dylan.
So is this going to be like our gym idea where we just take your money and then we close it after a month?
Well, yeah. Well, we just wait until Dylan drops out, but he does not get a refund. Or an actual degree.
Or a degree. I mean, other than a Photoshopped one.
Fake one, but it'll be a good fake.
You could make a really cool diploma, James.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I'll
you could.
laminate it and everything, Dylan.
For the bargain price of half of what OU costs.
Yeah, which is what, like, I don't know,
5,000
a semester?
I think it's 6,000 actually, and it's for a whole year.
All right, I'll do it for $450.
$450?
No,
450,000.
Well, no, I 4,500.
I mean, I'd do it if it was $450.
I mean, I'll teach you something for $450.
Yeah, I mean, we could teach you all kind of stuff for $450. We could teach you how to. I'll tell you what. We'll take you to Hobby Lobby. We'll teach you how to craft some stuff.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
That'd be interesting.
Flower arranging and the whole 9 yards.
I think we could do that, man. What do you want to learn how to make? Macrame?
What?
Crochet?
Okay. Back to this whole yeah, exactly. Back to this Hobby Lobby thing. I'm still confused about this. What were you going to buy there?
I was going to try to mess around with like learning how to like make like ropes and stuff, you know, like we get like a bunch of like strings, you can combine them, make like a really nice like kind of bracelet kind of thing, but like you can make that much longer.
Like the little survival bracelets?
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Huh?
Thought it would be cool.
I mean, have you seen those little rope bracelets that like backpackers and stuff like that wear?
Sure.
Well,
You mean like friendship bracelets?
no, it's like a little bracelet made out of like braided rope, and
Not this necessarily.
Yeah, not
but
that.
See how like
but,
it's all braided together. You can make that kind of
Yeah.
stuff all on your own.
But
Okay.
like if you're in a situation where you need like a rope, the bracelet will like unbraid or whatever, and you can use it for various survivalist tasks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a thing. At least I think it's a thing.
If not, it's a darn good idea, James. All right. So what did everyone do over the weekend? So, Dylan just graduated. All he did was graduate over the weekend, high school. So, James, what did you get into?
Well, I checked out the Oak Hill Festival of Flags a little bit.
Did you?
It was beautiful. I think it had seemed like, to me at least, that it had expanded this year. I think they had a lot more stuff.
Well, it was the 30th anniversary.
It was the 30th anniversary, so that makes sense. What else did I do? Man, what did I do? So it was Memorial Day weekend. Oh man, what else did I do? We went shopping. We went to the Huntington Mall. Had a nice time there.
Wait, does the Huntington Mall still have stores in it?
It does. It was
good.
funny. So we went to the mall on Sunday, and the mall closes early on Sunday. It closes at 6.
Okay.
But it was Memorial Day weekend, so it was just packed.
The mall was packed on Memorial Day weekend?
Packed. It was so many people. And you know how like the state of malls is right now. Like it's not what it used to be.
Yes.
So you would think that they would have had the foresight to say that a lot of people are going to be out this weekend. Maybe we should extend our hours.
Yeah.
Well, no. 6 o'clock came and they kicked those people out.
No.
They cleared
like,
that.
out.
They're like, out. It's 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Y'all got to go home. And so we went. So after the mall closed, we went to Target. We saw everybody we saw at the mall at Target.
Everyone just flocked to the Target store.
But so this is what Dylan's talking about.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, just unwind that puppy and you can rappel from a 30-story building.
Yeah,
No, that would
something
be
like
awesome.
that. Dylan, don't try that.
No, don't try that.
No.
That was a joke. So, yeah. But so we worked a fun beer festival over the weekend in Columbus. So that was cool. Got to talk to a lot of fun people and that was about my weekend.
Talk to some fun people.
Yeah, I got to meet
Nice.
some cool people and try some different fun beers.
Yeah. I had a couple of cool craft beers this weekend that I really liked. I had Nordic Jam from what was it? It was forget the brewing company now. I think it started with a P. I don't know. It was really good. It was real fruity.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what it was in just a second. But we went to gosh, I'm so bad at remembering things. We went to this
but he can make a diploma.
Two Pitchers Brewing Company.
Two pitchers?
Two pitchers.
Where is that?
I don't know. Let's find
Never
out.
heard of
Where
it.
is Two Pitchers Brewing Company out of? But yeah, they have several of these, and we had the one called Nordic Jam. And it was very good.
Cool.
Where are they out of? Our story. I'm trying to find where it's out, where these guys are located.
I'll bet I can find it.
Well, I found their website, and it's got a whole biography about the founders, but I don't see. I can't see where it's located.
Oakland, California.
Tommy and Wilson. All right, but yeah, so it was really good.
Nordic Jam gets a 3.77 on Untapped.
Yeah, so it is.
It is a fruit beer with cherries, elderberries, and strawberries.
A lager
all
with
staples of a Viking warrior's diet.
Yeah, but that was really good. And then we had what's the one with the zebra on the can? Have you seen that one?
No.
Everyone just can hear me typing on the.
He's feverishly typing.
Green zebra.
Green zebra. Nope,
Yeah,
don't
so
know.
We had this too. We had the peach, and it is a Grosh style ale. Gose. Is that how you say
No, that's
that?
a Gosa.
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 Yeah. So had that, and that was also very good.
Green zebra. I can't. Oh.
It's
Green
by
zebra
Founders.
is Founders.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So those were two craft beers we had this weekend that we thought were very good.
Cool.
I did do one other thing over the weekend.
You didn't drink beer, did you?
No, nothing beer related.
Yeah, Dylan, what kind of beers did you drink over the weekend?
We had
No. So Saturday, like right after graduation, I went out and covered an event for the Telegram.
You did?
Yeah, and it
How
was
fun.
a tree ceremony for Cindy and veterans.
Love that. And you did that?
I did.
Did Pete Wilson send you out and about?
Yeah, and I had like Jeremiah kind of gave me a template of like what to do,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just followed that. I interviewed some people. I took some photos, a quick video.
Where was that at?
Wellston, right across from the admissions building.
Oh, very cool. Good job.
Thanks.
Can I tell on Dylan in relation to this real quick before
It's
we?
gonna
end the
sound
show?
Of
really
course,
bad
you
from
have
his
to tell.
perspective.
You have to tell on Dylan.
So Dylan came in here on Friday to talk to Pete and them about this, and Jeremiah said, "I'll make you that template he was just talking about." And so Jeremiah goes off to type this up and print it out for him, and then Dylan just leaves.
See, now, they told me they would brief me later, so I assumed this was later. And I told Pete, hey, I'm going to run down and talk to Mom real quick because now I'm about to graduate, and I'll be right back.
Well, yeah,
And
Pete
then-
left too.
Yeah, I didn't know Pete was leaving. If I had known that, I would have just stayed. I didn't know Pete was going to leave too.
Oh, Dylan. God bless his heart.
So Jeremiah comes in like 2 or 3 minutes later with this page.
Like, where did he go?
He's like, where'd he go? He's like, I just did this for him.
Yeah.
Oh. You know, if you're a girl, we would just say you're blonde.
No, I actually am kind of blonde.
Yeah,
You are kind
his
of.
hair's pretty light.
Yeah, it is. It is. All right. Well, we have to get out of here for the day. Congratulations once again on your graduation. We're so proud of you.
Thank you.
That's right. And he's going to stick with us for the summer. So we're excited about that. And put up with us, maybe is a better word for the summer. But have a great day, everyone. We thank you so much for tuning in. And we will be back here tomorrow. And tomorrow is Wednesday. Don't forget that.
Sure is.
And who do we have tomorrow? Or do we?
We got the Friends of Buckeye Furnace tomorrow, and I think they're going to try to give you a hinty tattoo. I forgot to tell you about this a couple weeks ago.
I'm going to get a tattoo tomorrow. Awesome.
Well, you don't have to do it, but I think that's who they're bringing. The lady that does the
henna tattoos.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Awesome. I love that. Okay. We'll see. God knows what will happen tomorrow, so you have to tune in. We'll see you then. Bye.